Sam's 30th vlog, GenderqueerChat. How did I get here? My gender journey. So this is me and my dad when I was like, I don't know, 2 or something. I was a happy little kid. Maybe this is like 0 through 5. It's my brother. And I didn't really think about gender, and I just looked up to my brother and wanted to be as cool as him. And I used to have really long hair that my mom put into braids or bunches or ponytails, and then I wore my brother's clothes and his socks, and thought that he was so cool, so I wore my hat backwards just like him and wore his Pop Warner football shirt, and basically wasn't thinking boy or girl, was just thinking that I wanted to be like him. And you can see when I was with the other little girls that I was the only one with short hair for a long time. It was me and my dad, me and my brother. I finally cut my hair in 3rd grade, and I looked like a little boy, and people used to say to my mom, "Oh, you have such a well-behaved son." And those were the days, you know, pre-puberty. I could just act however I wanted. I played a lot of soccer. And nobody thought anything of me. And this is 6th grade. We did presentations, and that was the first time I wore a tie. In 6th grade, I started growing my hair out. Oh, this was the first time that I had a mustache. That was when I was Charlie Chaplin. Back to 6th grade. Yeah, I started growing my hair out because girls in school were mean, and they were peer pressuring me into it. So I grew it out. This is like awkward years, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I never wore it down except really rarely. And I looked just like my best friend Emma. We were pretty much identical. That was the 8th grade dinner dance. That's me in the front. The shocker picture. That's my 8th grade yearbook photo. This is the 8th grade graduation. Long hair, one of the few times I wore it down. This is my brother's graduation. That was when I started wearing my flannels. And then skipping ahead to high school, I cut my hair short sophomore year. And this picture, the girl on the end, her parents thought I was a boy in that picture. So I grew my hair short. I cut my hair short, but I also wore little Gap girly t-shirts. And that was an interesting phase of like trying to be myself, but also conforming. This was prom. I felt really, really awkward for prom. This is after I graduated from high school. I wore a skirt. It's my 12th grade graduation picture. And then I went to Smith College, and all of a sudden I was like, hello, sexuality. This is interesting, and I played ice hockey. And I really just tried to figure out who I was, and was surrounded by queerness everywhere and gender variance, and didn't really know what to make of all of it in the beginning. I was still just trying to figure out who I was. But I was comfortable being all androgynous in my look, even though I didn't really know what that meant. And then sophomore year, this is the first time that I wore a suit. That was very exciting. Sophomore year, I figured out the whole queer thing and had a fun year. And still didn't think about the gender stuff, was still going by Liz all the time, just because the other nicknames hadn't really stuck. I went to London. That was London. Had girlfriend. That was fun. Yep, still going by Liz and not thinking about gender stuff, but having fun. That's my friend Jack. And got my industrial pierced. That was painful and very, very worth it. Senior year, we went camping. It was awesome. That was the first time that I wore suspenders at the ball, senior ball. And then I graduated, and I graduated as Liz and as a girl, and was pretty happy, and still not thinking about it, just not liking the name, but not thinking about it. Then this picture, I was going by Izzy. This is when I moved across the country to California, and that's the Golden Gate Bridge, that tiny little thing under the fog. And I pierced my nose, and it was painful. And around this time was when I was doing a lot of trying to figure out who I was, hence random hair, and going by Izzy and going by Eli and working in a corporate job and being Liz there. This picture's called Who Doesn't Like a Dyke and a Clam? A lot of contemplative time. Again, played with the hair, just thinking. I mean, I had a girlfriend around this time, so I kind of put the gender stuff aside. But I did dress and drag this one time for a show, and that was really, really fun. And I want to do it again. Then the girlfriend broke up with me, and I started crewing on tons and tons of film shoots and really thinking about my gender a lot. I was going by Sam by this point, and everyone on the cruise always called me Sam since the moment I got there, so it was just a new environment to just jump into. And I really started thinking about my gender and identifying as genderqueer, and asking my friends slowly but surely to call me Sam, and that went really well. Eventually I was telling my family this was my 25th birthday. Yeah, so going by Sam in these pictures and just kind of thinking about maybe getting my reduction. This was election night, and I was really strongly thinking about binding around this time, and this is when I decided I was going to get my reduction. And my parents have been wonderful. That's my mom. And this is after my reduction. Happy. Totally going by Sam. My family knows, being genderqueer. And I bought this fun mustache, and I've been playing around with that. This is the time that I did my genderqueer thing without my shirt, and that actually made me feel really male, which was awesome. Started playing in a band, and strongly identifying as genderqueer, and just, you know, being myself, and that's kind of where I'm at now. And I'm not exactly sure where I'm going or where I'm heading, but I'm pleased with the journey so far, and excited to see where it goes.